Welcome to Annuity News Now. Today my guest is the marketing director for the Insured Retirement Institute, and they've released a statement recently from their CEO, Cathy Weatherford. Cathy Weatherford has vowed to protect and promote retirement savings incentives. Given the election taking place this past Tuesday, there's some taxation uncertainty and what's been described as a retirement crisis going on in America. Andrew, it's a great pleasure. Welcome back.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Pleasure to be with you.
You know, the Insured Retirement Institute is a not-for-profit organization. What exactly do you guys do there?
Well, as you know, IRI is a leader in providing consumer education, information, and research about insured retirement strategies, annuities, and retirement planning.
Okay. So this recent statement, again, vows to protect and promote retirement savings incentives. The crisis going on, a lot of it revolves around the people, baby boomers especially, haven't really saved enough for retirement. Can you elaborate on what the crisis really is right now?
Sure. Well, as you said, baby boomers and the generations following them are undersaved. And then we had this financial crisis and a recession, and it's only made matters worse, and it's impaired Americans' ability to save appropriately for their retirements. Our research shows that nearly 30% of boomers stopped contributing to their retirement plans in the past year. Mm-hmm. Another 16% dipped into those savings. And so it's only getting worse. And that's why it's so important right now that we work to protect those retirement savings incentives that are available so folks can obtain and reach financial freedom during their retirement years.
And this sounds like, you're talking about, we're talking about boomers here, but this is applies more to people who still have a little ways to go, because it sounds like the boomers are out of luck. Many of them, as you described, have had to dip into their retirement savings to cover, the shortfalls they've been suffering because of the recession. And we're looking at them having to pay these exorbitant college costs for their children. It sounds like it's going to be very difficult for boomers to ever catch up.
Well, this is really about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
These incentives apply to everybody, mm-hmm. but I would underscore just how important it is to middle-income folks. Mm-hmm. What we know is that, particularly with annuities, about 8 in 10 of every annuity owner is middle income. And so when we talk about these incentives, we know that 3 in 4 boomers, for example, are saying that these tax deferral incentives are really important when they're looking at saving for retirement. And so it's really important that we work to preserve and protect these so that folks, especially the middle-income boomers, mm-hmm. can reach financial security.
Mm-hmm. From a policy standpoint, what kinds of things does IRI work to do, or what are you planning on working on in the coming 4 years, for example?
Well, we've already been working in the past, I'd say about 12 to 15 months. We've had members from our team. We've had about 200 meetings up on Capitol Hill. IRI is a member of a number of coalitions, and we're really working right now to get the message out so that our policymakers know just how important these incentives are, and that we can't make things harder right now. We need to be encouraging savings, and we believe these incentives do that.
And when you're talking about the policymakers, they're also aware of what problems Social Security is facing, and that not necessarily that Social Security is going to go away anytime soon, but it looks like benefits could realistically be reduced, and then you're talking about a compounding problem.
Yeah, there is policy risk out there, and by policy risk I mean public policy risk, and it's something that folks really need to take into account when they're planning for their retirements. They should sit down with a financial professional and talk about those types of risks and make sure they have a plan B ready to go.
Well, it sounds like in closing that the first step is to have some sort of a plan and to get some professional advice. But would you agree that it's never too late to start, really?
Never too late to start planning. We encourage it, and meet with your financial professional, talk to them, and they'll give you some good advice.
I would imagine that too, looking at IRI, you probably have a lot of education material that people would find helpful, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we have a consumer website called retireonyourterms.org, and I'd encourage folks to check it out.
All right, Andrew Simonelli is my guest. He is the Director of Communications and Marketing for IRI in Washington, D.C. Andrew, always a pleasure. Thanks for taking the time today.
Sure, no problem, Scott.
And you're watching Annuity News Now.